Hello, this is Mr. Tilson here. This is a short video to show a bit more about how to set up plinths. I've already given the short video before. You can find it on my website, a short video about using plinths. But this goes a bit deeper into it and is more specifically about adding plinths as a framework underneath the cabinet and on the sides of the cabinet. I'm making this video to answer a question given by Terry, who wanted to put plinths on the side of a cabinet, which is in fact not a cabinet against a wall, but a cabinet which is an island. And how he was asking how to make a framed plinth that goes around it. So there are several little nuance that you can use for plinths. So let's open up a cabinet and show you how it works. The first thing you want to do when you're putting a plinth on a cabinet, of course, is to give an elevation of a plinth up here, which we could lift the cabinet off the floor virtually by, well, lifting it off the floor by 100 millimeters. I've given 100 millimeters as height of the plinth, creates a virtual volume underneath, in which enables us to put a plinth. This particular cabinet, if I wanted to put it as an island, I have to change the back frame, so the back would change the manufacturing box for sub methods and get rid of all recesses of the different panels, so everything is flush on the back, and so at least it will look flush, look better on the plinth. Right, now we have the area of the plinth underneath. If I click right, we can add a plinth, and we can see that by default we have the possibility to add a front and a back plinth, but the left and the right side plinths are not active. This is because the right and the left, the sides are passing over the bottom of the board of the cabinet, and if we add a plinth and the plinth is at 0, it will be an extension of this board. So if we want to add a plinth, left-right plinth, what we have to do is we have to say that the bottoms, I click on the bottom, relative to the left side is overpassing, and relative to the right side as well is overpassing. Now if I go underneath and I add plinths, we get the possibility to add plinths all the way around the island. It's an island, and we can set them all back, for instance 50 mil. I say OK, and now our cabinet has got a plinth all the way around. But if we have a look, but the sides are, the bottom is overpassing the sides. If we don't want, now, well, we can say this is a possibility, and of course the plinths themselves now create a volume inside. We can get inside, and this volume inside we can add uprights. Let's add 2 uprights. So it's now a framework, and the framework will of course appear in the cutting lists. If we look at the print preview and we look at the different parts, we will have the plinths. We have the plinths in the cutting lists. So the plinth is now a framework with 4 sides and two separations. But what happens if the underside here, we take the underside and we don't want it to be overpassing, we want the underside to be underpassing? Well, Polyboard will take the plinths off. So let's take overpassing, and sorry, on the right side, priority to the right side is underpassing. Right, supposing we want the cabinet to be like this. So what happens here? Well, what's happening here is that the Polyboard has taken off the plinths on the left and the right side, but you only have to put in an upright. We can say we put in an upright, for instance, from the left side, and we want it at 50 millimeters. So OK. And the plinth here, what we want the plinth is that from the left side here, we want it moved back by 50 millimeters. OK. And this particular backside plinth as well, from the left side, we want it moved back by 50 millimeters. And now we've built up a plinth, we're building up a framework at the bottom, which is in fact a plinth, or it's a framework which acts as a plinth that the cabinet can sit on. So we're getting this now. Of course, all assembly details can be modified as you want. So we can have we can create miters or recesses, tongue and grooves on the edges here. There's absolutely no problem. And we can add plinths very, very easily, and whatever shape you want, and it all taken in hand by polyboard, cutting lists, and machining files. So hope that's been a bit interesting and shows you a bit the sort of subtleties of adding plinths. Thanks very much for looking, and see you in the next video. Bye.